America is not threatened by the elections, even currently, as much as it's threatened by the erosion of free speech. That's what we have right now. And that's not being fought in the election box. It's being fought right now on these committees on Twitter by heroes you've probably never heard of unless you watch this channel. Because I've told you about this for the last year. This is the biggest news probably of the last 5 decades. It's when Twitter released its files showing the government colluding with big tech to destroy your speech, to spy on citizens, and to affect elections. I'm Doug in Exile.
How coordinated censorship between U.S. government officials and social media companies is a flagrant constitutional violation.
We have 2 journalists. That is Schellenberger, and Matt Taibi is the bald guy that you see on the thumbnail. They're heroes. By the way, they're both on the left. So these aren't like hardcore Republicans doing it, but they've worked with Jim Jordan on protecting free speech, and they're only fighting Democrats. Is there one of them that believes in free speech anymore? Because if you don't have free speech, your country is done. America, what makes it unique, is over.
Now, the Democrats' chief cynic was New York's Dan Goldman, who tried out a neat new trick. He tried to redefine the First Amendment.
That's Goldman from New York. He is scum. He is anti-America, anti-free speech, and a Democrat. And this is where how Democrats do it. They redefine words. They redefine what the word free speech means. They've redefined what the word censorship means. He goes, oh no, we're just flagging content. We're not censoring anything. But then the tech company goes and removes the content. Because who wants to be on the wrong side of government, especially when they're Democrat Jacobins trying to destroy you with socialism?
Part of the operation was to change the terms of service. So you see them constantly trying to change the terms of service. You see them, it was 35% of the URLs that were, this according to EIP, were labeled, removed, or soft blocked. That's all forms of censorship. That censorship is not just removal.
But 65% were not.
This is a Democrat goon admitting to, he goes, but 65% were not, meaning it's not censorship because we didn't touch 65% of them. No, 35% of them, they labeled, flagged, had them removed. That's government censorship. These guys are okay with a little bit of censorship. They see it as a huge victory. These people are the enemy. You cannot vote for these people, these Democrats. They're going to destroy the country and keep you from being able to voice your dissent and anger at them. They won't let you even criticize them because they don't believe in free speech.
So how can the government be so coercive?
So does the First Amendment say that the government
for the course on government
efficiency? Does the First Amendment say the government can censor?
Time of the gentleman has
They're
expired.
not censoring. They're flagging in the social media companies.
So
under coercion.
35% of a First Amendment? Or?
It's not the First Amendment. It's the terms of service, as you said.
This is Jim Jordan is losing control of this debate, trying to keep it, but he's got a Democrat basically fighting. These 2 guys are Democrats, Matt Taibi and Schellenberger. They're not going to be anymore, by the way. There's no way in hell they're voting for this this party. This party is the most fascist, anti-free speech party. It's in all of its existence. It's the Democrat Party is over.
And they are flagging it for the social media companies to make their own decisions. That is not the First Amendment. That is the terms of service.
We have just seen
Congressman, you're an attorney. You know that 4 federal judges have already ruled that.
And I know that it's on appeal in front of the Supreme Court right now.
That debate was very constructive.
Whew, that was fun.
I think that got to the heart of the issue.
By the way, you also have Jack Smith going to Twitter trying to subpoena and collect his data, his likes, his personal messages without telling Trump. That's your Democrat Party.
Now, the fact that free speech used to be just something we probably agreed upon as an American ideal, but that's out the window. Can you explain that?
And this is the best part, because here you have Laura Ingraham, a conservative Republican, and Matt Taibi used to be a Democrat liberal. He's realizing like they do not have free speech anymore, and he has more in common with us now.
I can explain it. I mean, I grew up
a traditional kind of liberal. I donated to the ACLU my whole life, and I got most of my ideas about speech from Democrats. There is no element of that left in the Democratic Party. In fact, today was kind of an epiphany for me. I've kind of given up trying to convince people in this party to care about this issue. They just do not anymore. It's not a value that they treasure at all.
Poor Matt Taibi, the Democrat. You know, just in case you guys thought he was evil, he's not evil. He was a Democrat because he was just a dumb sucker. He believed what they said about tolerance, they used to believe, they go, hey, it's called freedom of speech. They don't believe that anymore. And now he's coming around to it. He was just naive. Give him a break. He'll come around, guys. He will come around and vote Republican and vote for Trump. Just give him a little time. Again, he's a dumb sucker, not evil.
You have no idea. You know hard drives can be manipulated.
Are you suggesting the New York Post could participate in a conspiracy to construct the contents of the Hunter Biden laptop?
No, sir. The problem is that hard drives can be manipulated by Rudy Giuliani or Russia.
But what's the evidence that happened?
Well, there is actual evidence of it, but the point is it's
There's
not
no
the
evidence
same
for
thing.
it, so you're engaging in a conspiracy.
I'm glad.
That's the Democrat hack, Gold from New York, saying that the Hunter Biden laptop could have been a conspiracy. And so these two journalists are calling him out going, you believe in a conspiracy? He's a lunatic. He's a laptop denier. How's that sound? Oh, because the Democrats love using the Holocaust denier language. He's a laptop denier, should be dismissed because he's a lunatic who believes that Rudy Giuliani and Russia could have copied it and made a duplicate fake laptop. This is what the Democrats are hiding behind.
Now, Russia manipulated the contents of the hard drive of Hunter Biden. You have to give him credit, Congressman, for actually covering every base here. That's shocking.
Very true. But we actually had witnesses come testify that said the FBI knew that the laptop was real. They just didn't want to tell us. Everyone knows it's real, for goodness sake. We've seen the documents, emails, and stuff that have come from it.
Okay, now we're going to turn a little bit from that where you never would have known that without Elon Musk buying Twitter and working with this bald journalist here, Matt Taibi and Schellenberger, to go through all of those files and flush all this out. They are the greatest journalists, and they probably saved the First Amendment in America. That their exposure of the Democrats and what big tech is doing.
She said, when you get rid of the First Amendment and the Fourth Amendment, those are foundational to Western civilization. You don't have liberty if you don't have that. And they were trying to censor election information. They were trying to censor COVID information. It was scary where they went, where they want to go, where the left wants to take this.
Notice they're going to, Jim Jordan says they're going to stand out in history. I believe that too.
So what Matt Taibi and Michael Schellenberg and these others who first exposed the Twitter files, someday in the future, they're going to look back and these guys, what they've done for our country, when they look back in history, they're going to say this was a great thing.
What Elon Musk in buying Twitter did was exposed the giant insect state, how deep and corrupt it goes.
This is not about left or right. They should win the Pulitzer Prize for what they did. Both of them. They're real journalists.
These are the only ones, guys. It's why I listen to them and follow them so much and bring their news to you, because you guys deserve the best too. Thanks for watching. I'm Doug in Exile.